Hey everyone, in this video I'll be teaching you one major skill all Valorant pros won't tell you that will immediately get you instant results in game. That skill is called mental projection. By mastering this skill and practicing the tips and tricks I will give you in this video, you will see yourself getting more kills and winning more matches. So what is mental projection? Have you ever had that feeling that your opponent just seems to know where you are all the time? It's not cheats, it's not a smurf, it's just game sense. But game sense is a wide topic. What exactly about this player's game sense is better than yours? What am I missing that's making their lives so much easier and getting them to frag me more? The answer, dear Watson, is deduction. Think about it. There are many times in this game where subtle hints can be given as to where you're standing. Take a 1v1 for example. You're on defenders and the enemy is planting the bomb. You're close enough to hear footsteps, but after the bomb is planted, you hear nothing. So where do you think the enemy is? With your knowledge of movement and timing, you should be able to establish a radius of possible options this player could have moved to. Using your positioning, you can further isolate the angles they can be playing and then smartly crosshair place the remaining common angles to get the upper hand on the fight. It sounds super simple, but there are more layers to it than this. Valorant is a game that provides you with every piece of info you'll ever need. In fact, the radar alone shows you everything that's happening on the map in real time. It's even possible with all this info to play 2D Valorant with your map button pressed and still do well, provided you know how to place your crosshair. This is why many consider Valorant a far easier game than Counter-Strike for this very reason. Take the scoreboard for example. By simply looking at the enemy economy, alts, ping, win-loss bonus, you can take very accurate guesses as to what the enemy team's strategy is going to be, and then prep accordingly to counter it. Compositions play a massive factor in predicting enemies' playstyles, and where they can be weak. Take this comp for example. Where is the weakness? One word, flanks. Sage serves as a weak sentinel to control flanks. And if you're on defense, you want to more actively attack from behind and take map control more willingly. But enough with the foreplay. Let's get to the juicy details. Mental projection is simply defined as having a sixth sense of where the enemy can be at all times and the timings associated with where they can path. This is best seen on attackers. Mental projection's foundation stems from truth through experience. By playing a map, for example, we have an educated guess as to how the defenders will play the bomb sites from left to right. Some of the common setups you'll see are 2-1-2, 1-1-3, and for bigger maps, you may see 1-1-1-2 or vice versa. As we rank up, more variations such as aggressive mid takes of 1-3-1 and others will start appearing. But for anyone in the range of iron to low ascendant, it's extremely easy to take advantage of these basic setups, and most often, the setups will actually never change. So how do we use this to our advantage? I use the theory the path to victory is through the eyes of the opponent, which means, what would I do if I were them? Here's the scenario. You're on Haven, and a very typical setup of 1-1-1-2 is being played. Your team attacks C site and downs the anchor player. Now, what do you expect the defenders to do? Well, rotate, of course. Now, in your mind, visualize how long it would take for a garage defender to rotate to assist the defensive C site. How about the B defender? Or the A defenders? Now you have timings. Timings lead to better positioning. Positioning leads to better crosshair placement. And better crosshair placement leads to top fragging. Now many of you are thinking, that's a guess. How can you be right all the time? The simple answer, you can't. It's an educated assumption. And the truth of the matter is, you can't predict everything, but going in with a plan, or at least a mindful educated assumption, trumps not thinking about this at all, which many of you probably are doing right now. Let's talk about timings. Timings are everything in this game and will tie nicely in with a future video I'll release concerning everything to do with effective lurking. There's two ways to learn timings effectively. Learn through pain, being punished countless times until the lesson sinks in, or taking a bit of time out of your day to practice. The best option, obviously, is option 2. Load into a custom game and time out how long it takes to make contact with the attack or opposing defender team from the barrier you're at. Practice rotating and timing the fastest rotation from each of the commonly defended positions on the map in question. And finally, get a general understanding of how long it takes to rotate from one site to the other site as attacker for use on your cancel strategies. Alrighty, there you have it. consider your game sense improved. Remember to be patient with any new skill you learn. And if this video helped you, consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell notification for more Valorant videos just like this. Thank you so much, and remember your worth.